today's video, we're taking a look at a multifunction tool. It's basically a garden focused type of tool. So I'll show you a few images that give you a little detail about this, and then we will jump into the video, take a little closer look. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, so as stated, we're taking a look at this little device here. Now it's kind of wet outside, and where I'm at right now, I don't have any kind of gardening type scenario, but where I'm moving to, there are some areas where I might actually have a little bit of gardening. I won't go into any major gardening, but a little tool like this might come in handy. So real quick, just to show you, it does come with a Velcro enclosing style sheath that has a little belt loop on it. So if you need to carry this around with you, you can do so. Protect it. Comes with a little box here that has a little user manual in case you need that for some reason. But basically, you have this little loophole portion here. I'm honestly not sure if that's just for attaching it like to your belt or a lanyard, or if there's some other function for this. I don't know. This is sort of a little shovel that has like a bit of a blade. It's very sharp and pointy. Now I'm not going to utilize that because again, there's nothing really here I can utilize that with as far as gardening, but you can use that to like pop out a plant, you know, kind of a weeding type tool, I suppose. And it's rather sharp, so you should be able to cut through some roots and things like that if you needed to. So that's kind of cool. You do have a saw blade here and a knife here. Both of these are actually very sharp. Now, I don't have anything. I went out and grabbed like a little tree branch. It's actually still green, so this should be relatively difficult to cut, and hopefully it'll land in this little box I have so I don't make a big mess. But just so you can see real quick, that cuts with no effort whatsoever on my part. Like I could shave down and make a little toothpick at the campfire, or I could shave down and cut as necessary. But that blade, pulled from the back, I don't have to worry about cutting myself. But that blade is really sharp, and that's nice, you know, to come out of the box sharp like that. So let me go ahead and close that down. Open up this saw blade here. So we'll give a little bit of a demonstration on the saw blade, try to anyway. So I don't know how well you can see that. Obviously I can't put a lot of pressure on that, but if you were using this in a camping scenario and you needed to cut some wood, or in a gardening, or just, you know, cleaning up, pruning up some, you know, minor things around the house, out in the yard, that's going to saw through really quickly. This is such a small branch, I feel like if I put too much pressure on it, I'm just going to break the actual branch. But, you know, being able to saw through this with relative ease. I did get a little bit of the skin at the end, but other than that, it cut through it, as you can see, relatively easily. Let me just try to pull that off out of the way. So that's a little bit of a demonstration of the saw blade. Again, I'm kind of limited on what I have options for at this location here. So let me close that down. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go ahead and close down the little shovel-like item. And they have a little tab you can grab hold of. That may or may not be easy for you depending upon, you know, your fingers and your hands and your fingernail situation. Alright. And if this is closed up like that, you know, you're safe. You don't have to worry about cutting yourself or anything like that. And you still have access to both of the blades, you know, the saw blade and the knife blade itself. And it has sort of a wood look and a metal or plastic type look. I don't know. It feels like metal, sort of, but I'm not really 100% sure. Anyway, so you can see the design, and when you open this up, that's where your pruning shears come in. This is your little safety right here. So if I squeeze that just a little bit, pull that safety back like that, I now have this spring-loaded shear. And again, this is fairly thick. I suppose. I don't know if you'd want to go much more than this with something like this, but if I can cut right through that like it's nothing. So here's a small piece right here. So yeah, snaps that like it's nothing at all. And I don't want pieces all over the place, so that's why I'm trying to keep them in my hands as best I could. Alright, so that's the little shear action. And again, if you put this up, flip that into place, it locks it. So if you were to lay this down, you don't have to worry about grabbing it. And it's very sharp as well, and it works very well, as you just saw. But closing that down, just like that, and like that, and you slip it in. The included sheath fits really well, has a little bit of room to spare, Velcro closed, and you're back in business as far as slipping it on your belt. And this is all nylon, so should be really strong and durable. But yeah, very cool little device, multi-function, really sharp. Anyway, I'll leave a link below. You can find out more. Hopefully that was a good enough demonstration to give you some idea of, what it's capable of, less the little shoveling portion. I think you get the idea how that would work. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you find it useful. Check out the link below to find out more. Thanks.